Today I was sent a mouse by one of my viewers.
Hey, brother.
In order to put one of these, I can't even say the name, but Kale H switches. They want me to put one of these Kale H switches inside this mouse. Click, click. I don't know if you can hear it very well. Here. And apparently these are silent switches. There are no screws on this particular mouse, but there is a seam that we will try to utilize in order to open this up. If I break it, I'm sorry. Free labor is free. So I'll just pop this on both sides and see what is potentially holding this together. Yeah. Well, that side just pops off. Oh, there's that side.
5 minutes later.
See, I was right. Lo and behold. Yes, idiot. Right here. Okay. So this one's using a 3-button switch, and these are 2. So I'll have to see if one's just an anchor point or if it's actually part of the switch. So those 2 connect. When it's switched, it's kind of hard to push and do this at the same time. Click. Okay. All right. Oops. So when the button's pushed, it connects all 3, but it's really these first 2 that it connects when the button's pushed. Since these 2 are connected, as long as this switch looks like it sits really close to the same height. So as long as this switch makes the connection these 2, it should work. Let's take one and see what happens. Okay. Got that out. Clean that off. Oh, bye, wheel. Okay, let's see if we can get this in the same general spot. And we'll give it a test before we put it all back together. It is indeed silent, so I mean, luckily it stays in there as is. Don't have to go crazy. Actually, before we do this, let's see if these pads do connect. I mean, if these don't connect, oh, they do anyway. Cool, doesn't matter. Let's say if they didn't connect, we could always run a jumper between pin 1 and pin 3. I've lost my solder. Where is it? Oh, it's under the switches. Squish any components while I'm at it. All right, let's load this up. Some solder. All right, it's in there nice. Okay. Okay, it's in. Let's just put the top shell on just to see if it does clicky click. Let's see. So we're gonna have to put it all the way together, but looks like we're gonna have to an extent, put it together. Put that in there, put that in there. What are we sitting on? Well, the mouse wire. All right. Okay, we're basically together. Should have done that first. Oh well. Just to keep it out of the way from getting squished or anything. Oh yeah. So, click, click, click. Can hear it. Barely. But it's working. Cool. Well, let's go do the other side. Yeah, seriously, the hardest part is just getting this switch out. Whereas previously it was getting the mouse open. Once you realize there's screws, it became quite a bit easier. Little flux. Guess I should get a fume extractor on my list. And this isn't small enough to need a microscope. But normally I microscope these things. Let's see. So I'm going to do this a little different. I'm going to find a piece of copper or some wire or something to fill these full of solder and then push it out. See? Man, that worked so much better. Now, I can go back and wick it out. So much in there. So much. Clean hole, clean hole, clean hole. Jaggy edges. Okay. All right. Switch number 2. So he sent me 2 mice, 4 switches. Hopefully I don't make any mistakes. Because I need to have 1 switch in 1 mouse. Little flux. Out. straight up and down. Soldering iron. Let's inspect. Everything's looking good. Let's chop these legs off. What's the song? Clean up, everyone clean up. Let's get the fluffies out of there. Cool. 2 switches, no noise. All right, so now that I've got a mess here. There's a couple little posts here, so I don't get it in wrong or backwards. Okay, that's all in nice and tight. I don't see any other parts I've left off, so in retrospect, if I take the screws out, and then this would pull sideways and out. So to get it back together, kind of push these fronts in. They slide in and like that, and then the back will go shut. So let's double check it. It does work. It's really sensitive on this right click. They both are, but that is the nature of the switch, and that's what he wanted. So that's what he gets. Magnetic. All right, I like the magnetic. It works, makes things easy. Okay, let's put these little side pieces back on. 1, 2. Funny, now that it's all put back together, it's slightly noisier. Let's plug it in. Let's see what it actually does. Well, power's up, it moves, and it works. That's it. I do have another one. We could do another one on this video if we want to stick around. It's a whole different brand, and so it'll be a whole different challenge. Let's put this back on, put it on correctly. Okay. Okay, fully functional. Like I said, the right click is very sensitive, so if you push too much on this left right here, it will click. But the buttons do work. Cool beans. Let's move to the next one. All right, this is our second mouse. I learned from the last one. There are screws under here, here, and right here. I'm going to attempt to warm this up so that I don't peel the glue off too bad. I've only got it set at 100 Celsius, so it's not extremely hot, but just trying to soften it up. I don't know how much it helped. Didn't hurt, but two little screws under there. And the last one is right there. So we'll see if we can get this peeled up. If not, I'll just cut a little hole around it. Since the screw is right in the middle of where there's no text, so it shouldn't make too much difference. Nice and toasty. There we go. Different screwdrivers. Yeah, I fix it out. Much better. Bam, that was much easier. Can I peel that back? Okay. And inside, where's my screwdriver? I do see on the main board, there's a subboard here. On the main board, there's 2 screws, 3 screws, and there's 2 on the subboard. I'm pretty sure I'll have to take the subboard out, as those side buttons are attached to that. All right, we're going to make a mental note that the mouse is wound up around the side to here. We're going to do the same thing again and take this out. Just so we don't have the never easy, is it? All right, where's instead of pulling this whole bracket off, which looks like is what it's doing. Let's get something in there. There we go. All right, same dealio as we've got 2 buttons, click, click, and 3 poles again. I will validate again, because I don't like to guess after the fact why something's not working. But if this is the case, first and last do add up. These 2 Do not, unless I click the button. Cool. All right. They're just like the last ones. Hi, dogs. So we're gonna skip the whole solder wick step like last time. Not like last time, like my mess up. Good place for this. And we're just gonna flood this with solder just so it'll come out. Flux, 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 flux first. Out it comes. Now my only grievance with this process is it uses a lot of my solder wick. I do have a solder sucker gun, but it's packed away somewhere. So for just the sake of time, solder wick it is. I mean, that's how much it used last time to get these buttons off. That wasn't too bad. Cool. Much, much, much quicker this time. Let's give this, oops. Let's give this a clean off real quick. Spilled my alcohol. Don't spill your alcohol. I mean, the nice thing about it is it's wait 5 minutes, it'll be gone. Okay. So let's go ahead and add our switch. See, my flux started to come out by itself. Let's put some over here. All right. Okay, got one post in. Next post. tacking it in is all I'm doing. Excellent. That's all I need from the soldering iron. Still some more of this alcohol that's almost gone off my desk. Okay, let's put this guy back. Now this one was pretty straightforward because I didn't have to mess with much. Look at that, back in it goes. Pretty sure we're going to be okay, but let's put this. Let's go ahead and put the subboard in first, and then we can test the other. So it looks like this subboard, man, the screw's tiny, just sits in here and is held in by the flanges on these screws. So it's not held in directly, but just kind of braced in. Okay, so let's stick this back on. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's working. So before we forget, because it's something I tend to do quite a bit in everything in my life is forget, let's put the mouse cable back in. Okay, that's in. That's in, that's in, and then we can put these 3 screws back. Okay. Unlike the last one, this one goes in back first. Come on. Put it in straight. There we go. No gaps. They're quiet, but they're not tactile at all. So if you're going to use them, you got to pay attention. Let's plug it in. We got life. We got light. That button works. And unlike the last mouse, so the right click, no, I don't know, it's not bad. But it works. It's definitely quieter. I don't know what this button does. But it's working. It's all done. Replaced all the buttons. I did find one more button floating around that I had dropped, so it came with 5. I have one spare. Cool. That was it. Quick and easy. Thanks for watching.